Welcome to the Public Square, where we discuss information about our newest grievances. To submit to our legislators, where we can effect change in their supporting of what we believe in our communities. In this way, we can discuss what we agree what can be, and what can be said to legislators, and allow them to be more effective representatives of our communities. In 2020, an election began with the aid of Dominion and scorecard counters that aided many counties in the U.S. in their election counting, of which was the President of the United States. Voter fraud is the topic of this current video. We will discuss and debate our current views, then send our legislators our agreed resolution of what we would like the outcome to be. Our source is the Epoch Times, which is not owned or controlled by a corporation. Searching the words in their search bar, voting machine, 57 results appear. The one search, the earliest posted November 2010, mayor urging voters to tweet voting site problems. Electronic scanning machines newly introduced into New York. October 2010, New York State Senate Hearing Committee held hearing on optical scanning machines, utilizing the word chaos to describe primary day voting ballots, not easily detached from ballot pads due to poor perforation, and print size not easily read. World Headline News, October 2010, reads Philippine elections tense to election day, and report software glitches and suspicions of fraud from the country's very first automated election. An update on August 2008 reads Documentary Review, Stealing America, Vote by Vote. Viewing discoveries of the 1998, 2000, 2002, and 2006 U.S. elections. The film views first-hand accounts of glitches from votes being flipped from Kerry to Bush when electronic voting machines were used, and long wait times up to 12 hours in African-American communities and student populations. This sounds familiar in the 2020 election and vice versa conservative communities. And note, George Bush Jr. is a member of the same secret society as well as his father, Skull and Bones, and which has been described in American politics as the branch of the one party. Community members from both Democrat and Republican, alike linked to globalist politicians, known for their endeavors to propagate and gain resources for their countries. Suppose we are uncomfortable with the computerization of vote counting, especially with the utilization of Dominion and scorecard counting voting equipment. In that case, we must have them removed from our voting processes. Their companies give to us voters reasoning for their accuracy, but they are not an assurance for our trusting how our votes are counted. We have no access to their proprietary data to verify their code-based data, and are not given their administrative passwords directly to our republic's representatives. Suppose we as voters have concerns about our votes being mishandled with the utilization of these voting resources. In that case, it is our responsibility to discard by the removal of all voting machines that do not qualify our assurance as a trusted voting platform for our votes counted. Our need to trust the machines counting our votes is a right as essential as our constitutional Bill of Rights. We must have confidence in knowing that our vote was cast for our candidate. If we cannot verify this information, we cannot trust the data given to us as a superlative fact. Comment section, list your need for voter security and verification. How would you want your vote to be securely handled? Do you feel secure with paper ballots being created with security paper that cannot be counterfeited in appearance like the U.S. currency inside your wallet or purse? Do secure paper ballots create greater public confidence than computerized elections? How should our vote counting be standardized for judicial courts in a way that our judges can prosecute election fraud rather than throwing out court cases for lack of vote standardization, such as time spent counting each ballot for verification? Should we allow states to match vote standards for federal elections and adopt them for state elections? Your comments will be utilized to develop our grievances and then submit to our state representatives through their email. Our corporate corporation will submit individually as we as a collective can advocate for progressive change in our government institutions. We have a republic, a constitutional republic. Our interaction with our representatives coincide with the policy and laws created within our government institutions. If we say nothing, we give them license to say what their will pleases. When our representatives hear our voice, they are obliged to do the will of the people in a course of action that is legally and morally bound.